Hey, welcome to the Our Stock Talk, where I talk about topics relating to investing and finance, but more specifically the stock market. Now in this video, I'll be going over ARK ETFs. This video will be going over ARK ETFs. If you don't know what ETFs is, make sure you check my suggested video, but it's pretty much just a basket of stocks or securities where you can end up buying and selling it just like a stock. So I'll be breaking down the first, what is ARK ETFs, and the second part, we're going to compare how ARK ETFs done to their competitors. Now, before I get started, make sure you smash the like button because it helps the YouTube algorithm. It helps YouTube know that it's quality content and help my videos reach a broader audience. So ARK ETFs are an actively managed fund where they look for companies with long-term growth, and that's a high probability that will disrupt their industry. Now, the thing about this fund is I checked their performance. They haven't been out that long, but their performance has been really well. So make sure you stick to the end of the video. So let's jump into it. And by the way, I provided timestamps so you can skip around to your liking. So this is ARK Invest website. I'm primarily going to focus on actively managed ETFs, but I do want to briefly go over their index innovation ETFs. If you think the future will be in 3D printing, they have this ETF that you can check out. It just pretty much mirrors the index of companies that focus on 3D printing. I just wanted to briefly show that. The ticker number is PRNT. Just want to just briefly show some of the companies there. And I also wanted to briefly show, if you think in Israel, the companies, as far as companies that focus on technology will be the future, they also have an index there. Ticker IZRL. Just briefly show you some of the companies like Fiverr. The primary thing we're going to be focused on, and what was the huge gains, was the actively managed ETF. So if you're looking at the ARK ETF, it's primarily focused on companies that plan on disrupting the industry and pretty much changing the world. The primary categories in which they will end up focusing on is genomic revolution, industrial innovation, next generation internet, and fintech innovation. So these ones, each of them have their own separate ETF, so I'll go over them in details, but just know genomic deals with DNA technology, innovation deals with energy, automotive, next generation deals with technology, and fintech dealt with financial services and technology together. So let's check out the returns. If we look at the overall, for the all, it started in 2014. Share price was roughly $20. Now, if you go to what we had at 2020, share price is currently $89. And let's check out these returns. So the returns in 3 months was 61%. For year to date, it was 42%. For the 1 year, it was 48%. 3 years, 37, 5 years, 29, and since inception, it was 26.70. Let's check out the top 10 holdings. Some of the big names that you may notice is Tesla, Roku, Square, Zillow, Slack. So the top these are just their top 10 holdings. Again, the symbol is ARKK. I just wanted to show you that, and these were some really nice gains. And make sure you stay for the second part, so I'll end up showing you the returns compared to their competitors or similar ETFs. Okay, so next up we have autonomous technology and robotics. So these companies focus a lot on improving technology, scientific research, anything relating to material manufacture, transportation, anything along that nature. So any type of things where you either improving, develop, or providing services for these following topics: 3D printing, energy storage, space exploration, autonomous transportation, robotics, all that. This seems like Tesla is definitely going to be in there. But let's just check out the overall performance. So it roughly was started out 2014, $19 a share. And if you can look at here from, let's just say September 21, the share was roughly, it's about $55. Now, if you can see, let's check out the performance. 3 months is 42%, year to date 27%. Look at the 3 years, 20%, 5 years, 20%, since inception, 17.21%. Yeah, we already knew Tesla was going to be in here. But anyway, some companies that you may notice is Trimble, Alphabet, JD. These were just some of the companies that was in there. This is symbol ARKQ. Okay, so the next one is next generation internet. So this particular index deals with anything relating to cloud storage, technology infrastructure, and these companies focus on the following areas: providing, develop, and improving services in the cloud computing, cybersecurity, e-commerce, social platforms, artificial intelligence, blockchain technology. So these are areas that will definitely dominate the future. So if we look at all in all, share price started about $18 a share. Now it's roughly about $156 a share. Now let's just check out the returns. 3 months, 60%. Year to date, 47%. 1 year, 62%. 3 years, 40%. 5 years, 34%. So we got some really nice returns here. As you can see, some of the names is Tesla, Roku, Square, Zillow, Facebook, Pinterest. So they got some really nice ones in here. This ticker symbol is ARKW. Is Genomic Revolution ETF. So this ETF focus on, it's more so like a healthcare innovation ETF. So they primarily focus on improving the quality of life. Some of the things that they definitely would focus on is stem cell, agricultural biology, molecular diagnosis, bioinformatics, targeted therapeutics. So this is definitely in the healthcare sector, advancing these sectors with with adding new and improved technology. So if you can see, let's check it all. It started out at about, let's just say $20 a share. Now it's at about $61.33. And its returns is 65%, 55%, 1 year is 55%, 3 years is 65%, since inception 19.75%. Let's check out some of the top 10 holdings. Because I'm not really familiar with the technology healthcare companies, not really familiar with this, but these are the top 10 holdings they have. Last but not least, we have FinTech, my favorite. So ticker symbol ARKF. This is definitely a new one that just recently came out. The ETF was started in 2019, so it's only been around for a short period of time. Okay, so if you can think of FinTech as if the financial industry had a baby with technology, you would get FinTech. So it's kind of combining technology with financial services. I don't know if you found that funny, but I just thought I should even mention that. So financial services that's heavily driven or had a big influence by technology. Some of these primary focal points is blockchain technology, transaction innovation, risk transformation, customer-facing platforms. Just see, as you can see, it just recently, it came out about February, about $20 a share. So now if we look at it, it's close, right now it's about $38 a share. So if you can see that with the returns, 3 months 54%, year to date 31%, 1 year 43%, and 6 inception. And by the way, let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this? I know Berkshire Hathaway, they own a lot of financials, and led by Warren Buffett. I think this would be a good transition if they end up going into FinTech, since I know that a lot of their old management team is familiar with financials, and I know they have up and coming new leaders, and that they would be way more familiar with the technology sector. So I think it would be a good idea if they slowly started to move their portfolio into FinTech. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about that? But some of the top 10 holdings are Pinterest, Square, Zillow, Alibaba. So we have some big names here. Now in this second part, I'm going to be showing how that these ETFs compare to their industries. So for this particular one, the innovative ETF would consist of all four of the subcategories. We had the 1 year return was 116%. Look at the other ones as far as the Vanguards and all the other ones. The highest one they had was 24%. So you know that's a huge gain. That's why I definitely had to do a video. Do you see? Because these ETFs is crushing other similar ETFs or their competitors when you kind of compare it to something similar. Now let's check out the next one. If we check out the next one, this is autonomous technology and robotics. If you can see, the 1 year return was 93% versus the other ones, which is about 57%. So it's definitely stand out from the rest. And hey, this returns is nice. Whether it's sustainable or not, we'll see, but so far they have a good track record. So next up, this is the next generation internet ETF. When you compare it to the others, the 1 year return was 125% compared to the other ones, which is 55, 57. Big returns here again. I mean, you can't deny that this ETF is on fire. Alright, and next up we had the FinTech. They really, according for TJ Ameritrade, they really couldn't find similar ones, so they just end up telling you what the returns was, which is 86%. Now that's pretty much it. Make sure you let me know in the comments below, what do you think about ARK ETFs? And also, if you don't mind, make sure you drop your favorite ETFs in the comments below. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. And if you're new, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm out.